Good afternoon, beautiful people.
Hey.
Hello.
We are Black Aesthetic coming to you live and direct through the lens of Adornment Stories. And today we just wanted to have a brief discussion about seasonal depression because we know she is coming in fierce. So we're here to aid in the support to really help you sit in your resilience so seasonal depression doesn't overtake you. I am Jamaica.
I'm Cheyenne.
I'm Middle.
And I'm Priscilla.
Perfect. This is going to be just a very casual conversation. If you had any questions, comments, concerns, please write them in the comment box and we will engage with you. So I guess we can just sort of get into it.
Right, so me and Priscilla will leave.
Yes.
We'll leave you to it. And then we'll join you in a second.
Sure.
Depression. What the heck is depression?
That is a great question. Well, once I get in this frame here, I'll break it down. So essentially, depression can be a few things. Depression, what we know it as, is usually a chemical imbalance in the brain. It affects us cognitively, physically, emotionally, and a bunch of other ways. And it is very valid, and a lot of people don't tend to seek help for it because it's very easy to go under the radar, and it's very easy to be brushed off because it doesn't always look like a real illness. Did you want to add anything in on that?
No, I think you covered depression. Now, for seasonal depression, what does that look like? So it looks like everything she just said, but it comes to us during the fall and winter months. Now, it's heightened at these times because we don't have a source of energy coming from the sun. And what the sun does is it radiates your solar plexus, and your solar plexus is your main chakra. When that chakra is energized, so are the other chakras, and then there's just a flow of energy. Another thing that contributes to seasonal depression is grief. Because of all the holidays coming up in the winter time, if you do have family issues, if you do have issues with friends that you had holiday events with, that might cause you to just be wrapped up in more sad emotions. Another thing is isolation. I know myself, I hibernate. As soon as wintertime touches, I'm gone. So that could, the isolation with everyone being inside, it makes you become more introverted and more isolated. So you might not have the support network that you do need. Another thing is wintertime, it gives us a chance to introspect and reflect. And sometimes when we are in long periods of introspection, we often have many moments to look at our trauma. So when we're doing that, a lot of difficult feelings will come to the surface also. So I just hope that a support network is there for you because seasonal depression is no joke. Two other things are dehydration. We tend to drink less water in the winter times because we don't feel dehydrated because the sun's not here. But in fact, we are actually more dehydrated in the winter time. And when we're dehydrated, the brain is just not getting oxygen. So it keeps us in a state of dis-ease. And the last thing is diet. I know me, I think I gained like 10 pounds. just in the last couple months because I love comfort food in the winter time. Just to fill these voids, but diet is so important, and we'll get into that more. But that's a little background of seasonal depression and some of the causes.
Yeah, and as we were talking about, it is very common. It is known to affect at least, depression is in its own will affect at least 1 in 10 Canadian adults in their lifetime, and a cycle of that has to last 2 weeks at least to be considered depression. And when it comes to seasonal depression, it usually onsets around fall, and then you'll notice that your mood will start to rise when spring is approaching. So, yeah.
Some of the symptoms of seasonal depression may include hyper focusing on self harm and suicide. That's the highest risk. Another symptom is your fluctuating of mood, so you might just feel more sad and emotional during these times. Another thing is, I guess, irritability, not really being able to stay grounded because the emotions are so heightened. And yeah.
Yeah, and even physically too, you may not be a person that has medical issues, but you might notice that you experience joint pains or just random pains, back pains, and even cognitively your thoughts will change, and you'll start maybe not wanting to hang out with your friends anymore, or kind of just like crave isolation, and all sorts of things like that. So the symptoms are very vast, and you can see them in all different types of ways throughout your body and through your mind and your thoughts.
So that's our segment. We're gonna come on in and welcome Scylla and Shy.
Yeah, come back and help us. let us know. We have some questions. So
Okay.
get in. Come on, get in. There's more than enough room for all of us.
Okay. Oh no.
You come
Are we in frame?
here. We are.
Okay.
Hey. So what were the questions?
So what we want to know is, with all that being said, that's pretty heavy, clearly, and people want to know how to kind of cope with seasonal depression and ways to kind of move past it if possible. Do you guys have some tips for us?
Okay, so I'd say for one of them would be cleaning your space and clearing your space. And I wrote down some notes here on how you can do that. So you can sage, you can smudge your place. Other ways, if you don't have sage at home, is you can end toxic relationships, catch up with chores, you can practice breathing exercises. You can also clear your own headspace with sleep, meditation, even journaling your thoughts and how you're feeling. So yeah, how about you, Shay?
Those are really great tips. I noticed that when Middle was having a conversation before, there was lots of talk about like isolation. And I feel like the wintertime is a really great time to go like within, right? And like take time for ourselves and like reconnect with ourselves. The weather's super trash and no one wants to go out there anyway. So I think that it just really makes sense. Like for me, I was outside and I was like sitting down, doing my little meditation thing. And like I noticed that like the trees, right? Like their beauty is not so much on the outside, on like the outer, because all the leaves have fallen off. And so I think that the trees, like the roots take time to like go like deep within Mother Earth, right? And so I think that like we should be like the trees, you know what I mean? And just take that time to really go deep within, to reconnect with our wombs and meditate. And then also I feel like dance is super, super fire. I love Afrobeat. What you hear right now is some Solange, but I really feel like dancing, like whining, and like twerking, like driving it really low. Just putting on some music and like getting movement is super cool and dope for our healing all year round, but especially bringing the fire when it's so cold out, I think is a really great tip.
Definitely a great tip.
What else? What other tips are there? Who do you call when you're sad or when you're going through something?
My partner.
Your
Definitely.
partner?
Friends, family.
Friends, family?
Yeah. How about you?
My companion, my husband, he's great. A good support network.
Another way too is asking your friends to hold you accountable. So whether it's with bills or finishing schoolwork, that's really good too. One thing that I love to do is like text myself. I'll schedule a message like during the week so I can remind myself to like pay a bill or to finish something.
I have to do that because
Trust me, it's a lifesaver. So try and hold yourself accountable if you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Those are some great tips.
One thing that I also did was singing. Like, I don't have the voice of Beyonce, I know that. I have the voice of Jamaica, but what singing does is it's a type of voice alchemy. So it gets the energetic bodies moving and gets the emotions moving. So it helps to release stagnant emotions in the body. So when you are kind of sad sometimes, sing a tune and let the vibrations kind of move through you.
I do that all the time.
Oh, trust
I don't
me.
know about y'all, but at home I'm
Yes.
never quiet,
Yes.
so energy's always moving for me.
Screaming.
But yeah, I definitely I do recommend that as a tip 100%. And I do also recommend let's talk about nutrition, yeah?
Nutrition.
Yeah.
I feel like we're all eating junk during the
It's
winter
so
months.
easy
Yeah,
to-
just trying to like
Chocolate?
chocolate,
Comfort food,
mac and
pizza.
cheese, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
To try to like recreate this like the sun. I feel like the sun in our tummies or something like that. So I noticed on Instagram we have a super dope segment is it Wednesdays?
No, it's whenever.
Oh, it's whenever. See, I'm not even a faithful follower. I'm like, it's Wednesdays, right? Called Middle Meals.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about it? What was the inspiration around it, and how can we incorporate middle meals into our everyday lives?
Wow, thank you.
Great segment, right?
So middle meals started honestly by accident. I'm not gonna lie. We all need to eat, and I make dinner sometimes, and I just decided to pull out my camera, go on IG, and record myself making dinner. So that's what I did. I got a lot of friends and some followers that really rate it and like the meals I make, or just like the energy that I bring to the kitchen, because honestly
And how simple it is.
exactly. And I try to make all my meals really simple. Majority of them are vegetarian, so anybody can not anybody, but majority of people can enjoy those meals and also find vegan alternatives. But yeah, that's how I started with middle meals, and it just helps me to keep happy with feeding myself at home rather than like getting takeout and stuff like that, because honestly, like, a lot of people don't like cooking or they don't like the after effect of having dishes,
Or they think that it's hard.
yeah, or they think it's hard, which it really doesn't have to be hard to cook. And there are like at least a good few handful of recipes that you can like kind of just keep switching around and you'll probably be happy. So yeah, what I wanted to do today was actually kind of have a live middle meals. Yeah.
Let's do it.
And I just want to make something that's like 3 ingredients, super simple, something to get you out of bed to start your day. And that would be energy balls.
Energy balls.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, what we have here is some dried oats, chocolate chips, and a bunch of peanut butter. What I'm gonna do first is empty some of this peanut butter into this container. And if y'all watch Middle Meals, you know I'm really bad with the whole measurements, and Shai could tell you I'm bad with measurements. I never know what I'm doing. I don't have recipes, but I would say I know this container is like a cup. So let me get gloved up and start this. Thank you guys. So, boom. Let's hit it off with a cup of peanut butter in this container. Mind you, this is like as simple as it gets, okay? 3 ingredients, and you have like snacks for the rest of the day, for breakfast, for the week, for anything and everything. You can travel with these snacks, whatever it is that you do in your day. Now we're gonna add some of that oat, okay? So get enough oats in there. That is perfect. Now we're gonna mix it together a little bit before we add the chocolate chips. I'm gonna get my hands a little dirty here. All right, chocolate chips. This clearly is a recipe that is kind of messy, so brace yourselves before you make this. Make sure you have the appropriate things around you, like a sink, some paper towel, whatever. All right, so that is literally all we need. Put these together.
smells so good.
Right? It smells like a whole dessert. And it's literally just these 3 ingredients. When you're done this, you just want to form them into balls, which is very hard to do with gloves. I actually don't recommend these plastic gloves. When you do that, form these into balls. You can have them sit in the fridge or, I recommend sitting them in the fridge. And then boom, they look like this. If you can see that, it's just a ball of deliciousness. Anyways, we can have some of this later.
Yeah.
But I think we should get on with the rest of our tips and tricks.
My knee.
Close off.
That was planned. That was very much planned.
So, on the same wave of bringing what we have from home, my ghetto, listen, I literally brought my little ratchet ingredients. But if I were to make a face mask, I feel like I would have coconut oil, This is from Guyana. This is why it looks so good.
Wow.
Straight from
Look at you.
Straight from the island. Not even the island, from the earth. I feel like I would put Himalayan salt. My friends told me that. No.
I don't know about that.
On the
Maybe
body.
a cornmeal.
I don't know about that.
Not on the face.
And
on
I
the
definitely
body.
love brown sugar. So let me know what you use for face masks. Give me a really good recipe. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna pack my traps back in my bag.
We can swap recipes.
And
Let's share.
so yeah, that's it from us. Anything else you want to say?
We hope you enjoyed it. Again, this is Black Aesthetics from Adornment Stories. And Adornment Stories is a not-for-profit organization that is helping women write their stories,
Black
discover their
women.
stories, and be confident in their stories. So we meet once a week to just work on our felicitation skills and bonding more as sisterhood and realizing the power that's innate. So if you are looking for a support network and want to better your skills as a facilitator, as a friend, and as someone to fall in love with yourself, Adornment Stories is a great avenue. And their next cohort starts in 2020. And I hope to see you guys there. Oh, yes, December 19th.
18.
18th.
You have so many shows on the wrong day.
December 18th, we are actually going to be telling you about our stories and experiences and how we have been able to heal from certain issues in our lives. So if you are interested, check out the flyers. They are on their Instagram, and we hope to see some beautiful Black faces very soon.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
Thanks
See you
for
soon.
watching.
Thanks
Bye.
for watching. Bye.
Stay safe.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.